Today's inspiration is brought to you by Nader Sabry. Today we're going to talk about growth hacking techniques, and what I'm going to focus on are general playbook techniques that are used across most growth hacks. You'll find these elements as important mechanics used in almost any growth hack that's out there. Now, the reason I want to focus on these general mechanics, once you understand those, you can start to develop your own customized growth hacks. And basically, these techniques are broken down into three elements when you look at it. The first element is data, having access to a good amount of data, ensuring it is of good quality, and that you're collecting the right type of data that leads to decision making. In many growth hacks that we've seen, a lot of data is collected, but very few of it actually maps out to the decisions that actually need to be made. Even worse, when you're experimenting and the data doesn't actually help lead to a decision whether that experiment has been successful or not. The second element is starting small. It is important that when you move forward from data and you moving towards experimentation, you're able to break things down into extremely small components that are small. They are cheap in the sense that they're affordable to actually pull off. They have short time frames, and the techniques used are as simplistic as possible so that you can build on them and make them more sophisticated. The third part is actually experimentation itself. So without the data and taking an approach of starting small, it'll be very difficult to actually experiment. Now, as I mentioned in the last one, starting with small, simplistic experiments may feel a little bit odd in some cases because you may feel you need to do a lot more. However, you need to work incrementally but progressively. And what I mean by that is you need to break it down, keep it really simple, but you need to work as fast as possible. And the level of simplicity that you keep it to is going to directly lead to more success. So there are basically, two outcomes. You're either going to fail or you're going to pass. But there's a lot of learning in that process. So, for example, it may pass and do okay, but it can be done better. And so there's learning there. And something can outright fail, but there are things that you may learn not to do or things to do or things that may generate completely new ideas that come out of failure. But the only way to do that or understand it is when you have a simplistic approach to the actual experiment. So let's step back again. The growth hacking techniques any growth hacking technique as a playbook has three elements. There is the data, there's starting small, which is the methodology and techniques about approaching it, and then there's the experiment. When you master these three elements, then you can start to develop your own customized techniques. For more information about growth hacking, innovation, and entrepreneurship, visit www.nadersabry.com.